welcome to video editing. Alright, hello and welcome to looking at plants with the Sony A7iii. Alright, let's learn. Today we're doing some color grading on PowerDirector 16. What? What's PowerDirector? Well, it's another software. You see a lot of people in India using that. That's where I got my totally legal download. So we got some footage here that looks pretty good, really good. I was filming some plants because, you know, sometimes I like to look at plants and other people like to look at plants. I also filmed a basketball hoop, but I didn't have time to put that on here, and it doesn't have anything to do with the title, so we don't have it. For these parts I filmed, I used a variety of edits to color grade on PowerDirector 16. I use edge enhancement to obviously sharpen the edges, and it creates a bit more contrast. Most of the time I like to use not too much of this. You know, it varies, of course. Here I just used it up to 20%. Next we have color adjustment, which contains most of your basic controls. Exposure I've dropped to 92, brightness to -9 as it was fairly bright and I wanted to create a more cinematic look. Contrast up to 40. Now this will make sense in a bit because of the preset I used, but I turned the hue down 5 points. What? I know, eh? Creates a more yellow reddish look, more contrast too in the color. Now I've added a little bit of sharpness here too, not too much. I used a preset which increases the green a lot called Boardman. It's something I downloaded on the internet. That's what they called it. It's like a customized thing. But that's partly why I brought the hue down before. It also increases sharpness. Next is split toning. You got the highlights, which I turned the hue to 30, reddish orange, and saturation to 15. Then shadows have hue 195, that's more greenish blue, and saturation just 4, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now in your FX lines, there's New Blue Detail by Luma. It's kind of like a HDR effect. Just a touch of definition for the highlights and shadows, but it looks, you know, a little better there. Finally, New Blue Video Tune-Up Plus. Here we can add contrast, but we also have a control for the contrast center, which I've been quite modest with here. Also the hue, again, has been lowered to 93. I feel that 100 was too green and it just looks more interesting to me, although I could see being good with 95 or 96.
Just before completion, 2-shot added BCC color choker, to add a hint of red and contrast.
For these shots I filmed in a custom picture profile mode. Gamma is at sine 4, color mode S gamut 3 sine, black level +2, knee is turned to manual for some reason. Saturation -5, and color depth is aimed at highlighting yellows and reds. Red +3, green +1, blue -1, C, whatever that is, -4, Crayola, I guess, and Mandarin oranges -4, yellow +3, see? Mandarin oranges. I used edge enhancement again. Color adjustments is different. Exposure 105 and brightness up to 12, that'll be explained. Contrast 40 and saturation down to 85, which looks like crap until you use a preset called Mod 6. Yes, the legends are true. Mod 6, the thing your Uncle Willie told you about. Split toning here is different. 202 and 23, 33 and 27. If you do it even slightly different, we all die. Details the same, and I added video tune-up only at the last part. Basically the same. The final part is the same as the first, except the hue I left alone. Some parts, the brightness is left alone, video tune-up, a bit less, blah 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 blah. Anyway, like and subscribe, and use your Sony A7 III if you can afford it. I'm gonna get one of those Sony A7S IIIs really soon, because it's 10-bit video, and it can go 240 frames per second, and it's really cool, and it costs a lot of money. So, I'll probably start making ads for small businesses to save them from COVID, be a hero, make money, and also be like Saul Goodman. Goodbye.
That's really good.
BCC color choker was added to this part too, except the green intensity is slightly lower this time.
You're probably also wondering, gee, Two Shot, how come we don't see you on camera this time? Well, you know what? Maybe I didn't feel like being on camera. There. You happy you learned about my personal life? That make you feel better? Also, there are a lot of people out there that just talk and read carefully written scripts without having to memorize anything, and you just watch, and it looks and sounds good, but it's really easy to do.